everybody. Vinodanand from Bali, Indonesia. Solar powered humans. So, we'll discuss about meditation, how to reach Samadhi, self-unfoldment, and to start with how to go disease-free, So here we go. It's all just because of our karmas from where our journey starts, the place we take birth, the cradle from where our journey starts and ends up in the grave. It depends upon the karmas. And it will be just by virtue of our karmas that we are interacting, and the listeners definitely will be having karmas, strong karmas, if they get this opportunity to listen to me, because these are the disciplines, instructions laid by these authenticated shastras, scriptures. This is Hatyo Pradipika. Whatever meditation, whatever practices we do, we should have the relevance, First, your master. See, now, we are going to talk about, normally people in this world, in this hodgepodge, just because of the lifestyle or a number of reasons, we start for meditation, we go in for meditation to, like searching for a tranquilizer, just because of our lifestyle and so many factors, we are in trouble, So most of the people, you can say 98%, are searching for like a tranquilizer, and one out of trillions like Swami Vivekananda and all, just by virtue of their inborn qualities or past karmas, they think of life, death and all. Otherwise, throughout our life, we are tapped with the senses and the sensual, mortal, elusive world. So here we are striving for Samadhi, self-unfoldment, and you're tranquilizing your mind for your peace, you can say, getting to get rid of your anxieties, emotional pressures, neuroses. So this is all. This is the byproduct of these things when we are on the path of spiritualism, but in a right way. So here we go. First shloka which I am going to read you will be a stepstone towards whatever you are doing, and to self-introspect yourself, and with the penetrating vision to know whether you are on the right path or you are merely killing your time just for nothing, like being on a treadmill, reaching nowhere. You will come to know whether you are self-hypnotizing yourself or so here I go, authentication, meditation, the path of knowledge through Ashtanga Yoga and the other meditation practices. See, here I read, carefully listen to me in Sanskrit, then in English now. This is Shushmana Vahini Prane Shunyo Vishati Manase Tada Sarvani Karmani Nirmuleti Yogvid. This is in Sanskrit, and this video of mine is especially for those who are not good at Sanskrit or Hindi. So here I go, the meaning of the shloka. This is from where your meditation starts. He says, when the pranas moves in the Shushmana, remember it, Shushmana, This is the channel. This is the gateway. Otherwise, everything is whatever we are doing, unless we have opened up this gate, we have at least reached this gate, everything is, you can say, futile, hypnotizing, self hypnosis, you can say. So here we go, Shushmana. Don't forget this. When the prana moves in the Shushmana and the mind is absorbed in the Shunya. Shunya means nothingness, zero. We call Shiva also this. It's symbolic, the name Shiva, Lord Krishna, this. But here, again I read, when the prana moves in the Shushmana and the mind is absorbed in the Shunya, means void. The intelligent yogi uproots all karmas. So see in this shloka from Hatyo Pradipika, nobody can deny this. To burning in yoga, we burn all the good karmas or bad karmas, which are the cause of our suffering or passing through this mortal elusive world. So now, the only way to salvation, not mere words, is to guide our pranas, to take our pranas to the Shushmana. And what this Shushmana is, I'll let you know. And you can burn, the intelligent yogi, according to this, burn all his karmas. And once all your karmas are burnt, you automatically ascend to the moksha, salvation, Samadhi. So see how beautifully today we'll be discussing, then so that you may introspect yourself, what exactly you are doing. Are you leading yourself towards salvation, or till your death simply you are striving just for your, like a tranquilizer, like a patient curing yourself? Okay, so here goes the point. Another shloka. We'll discuss in detail what Shushmana is, how to take the prana there, what Shambhavi is, okay, what Samadhi is. It's beyond explanation, but we'll try to reach critically with the critical analysis. Everything we'll try to examine and make it very conspicuous without any fabrications, as it is here. Okay, so now Shushmana and prana. And to take the prana there and to burn the karmas. This much is clear in this shloka. Now, what Shushmana is, the importance of Shushmana, you have to examine whatever you are doing, is it all futile or really it leads to there? So here comes the authentication again, another shloka, Hatyo Pradipika. So it says, it's a wonderful, very careful, listen to me. Shushmana Vahini Prane Siddhyatev Manonmano Anyatha Tvit Rabhyasa Prayasa Yev Yogina. Now here, be very carefully listen to me. The prana must flow through the Shushmana. The prana must flow through the Shushmana to reach up the what? To reach up the Manonmani. These are the names of taken Sanskrit, so I'll let you know everything straight. And if not, other practices are useless efforts. This stage, Manonmani, means that is beyond mind, man, thought process, after suspension. So here again, listen carefully, whatever efforts we are doing, you will come to know whether we are striving just for the futility, all our efforts. Here is the guidance for you. He says, Shushmana Vahini, again, Shushmana, Pran, and burning the karmas. And here is the science, what we are exactly striving for, where you are being led, where you are leading yourself. Here we go. See, remember, solar-powered humans, we are here, philanthropic mission, No form filling, nothing, merely on the gadgets. We are here to shield you against Omicron and paving your way towards Samadhi. Through dark deed, you can say self analysis, depending upon how much competent you are, how much competitive. I mean, you have to be make this whole body, okay, compatible. So it depends upon you. Here we give you the secret. Before we proceed, we take you to the yoga more deep into Shambhavi and asanas, okay, suspension of breath. First, we must know where we are going, where we are leading. Okay, not foolishly, mob mentality, okay, blindly. No, you won't reach anywhere. So, here we go. The pranas must flow through the Shushmana to reach up the Manonmani state. Okay? If not, other practices are only useless efforts. This is the statement. Whatever efforts you are doing, now is the time to self-introspect yourself. Whatever efforts you are doing. For example, somebody says you sit like this, spine straight. Okay? Asana, close your eyes, half shut and all. Concentrate here and all. Is it exactly leading you there? Are your steps really based on the science? Or you are simply trying, like a small child, okay, just following the jargons and so here, first thing, what Shushmana is. Here we discuss and how to take the pranas and the shloka. If the pranas are not taken or flown through the Shushmana, whatever efforts you are doing, practices are useless, futile. Till your death, you keep doing anything. You won't reach anywhere except self-hypnotizing yourself. So here comes what Shushmana is. I'll let you know. I'm making selfies so the right may appear left, left may appear right. So you have to be careful. Our left is Ida. This is Pingla. Means moon swara. This is your sun swara. This is the mother part. This is the father part. And we are in this procreation, ovum and semen. Okay. So this is what creation happens, this body, this garb of 5 elements. And just because of the karmas, good or bad, we are passing through all these situations and a birth, we get birth in that particular family and that particular planet. Okay, so here, what Shushmana is, what prana is, you have to know it. Here you go, until unless now you see. It's about in Bali. I'm in Bali, so it's more than it's one something time. Now, how to check your Sushmana flows? First is you will be in a blissful state. In normal human beings, it happens dusk and dawn, from early morning 3:30 or 4 to you can say 5:30, and in the evening like this, after sunset and at that time. But yogis can open it at their will. How to check whether it's a Sushmana? See, now you can check it here. Your breath which is flowing comfortably, you can come to. Now I press I check this. See. Now both the nostrils are flowing. Okay, this is called the flow of the Shushmana. First thing. If only your left is flowing or your either right is flowing, any kind of meditation you are doing, whatever you are doing, in yoga, field of yoga, it's nothing more than hypnotizing yourself and getting trapped into this mortal world with all these things. So the only way, the only channel is Shushmana. I'm giving you the secret and how to open the secret. It's not merely a game of a snake charmer. or contrived speeches or questioning answers. Nothing at all. This is yoga and Shambhavi or Khichdi. This is a book. We'll keep sharing. Every day we are sharing something. Solar powered humans. Now the question comes, when you are doing your meditation, has your Shushmana started flowing or not? If not, whatever venture you are doing is nothing more than foolishness in the path of yoga. So that's why yogis go to the caves, observe solitude, they perfect their asana, pure science, and opening Shushmana take even births and births for the yogis to awaken Kundlini, those who are in the caves in the Himalayan ranges. So here I take to the point. Don't get befooled that your Kundli can be awakened merely by some stupid talks. No, not at all. It's a word of caution here. Had it been so, the Naga Babas, oh, you must have seen in India, they come just after 12 years or 6 years, okay, just to, so that the people may at least have their glimpse and may be benefited. Or some may think of following them, those. So, it's a simple thing, simple logic. Had it been so, why should they meditate for years and years observing solitude? And these days, the persons, those who are claiming to awaken your Kundalini like this in a month, in a day, speeches, don't get befooled. Ask them to go to the Himalayan ranges, to those Babas, lakhs and millions, those who are in the caves. They should go and awaken their Kundalini. Why should they strive so hard, So, the first logical reasoning I am giving you. Now comes Shushmana opening. Shushmana can only be opened by the yogis, those who have mastered their pranas. This comes later, your Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipurga, Chakra awakening, energy raising. This is all rubbish until unless you have mastered in the path of yoga, I'm telling you. Now you can turn over the pages of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. For the normal people, those who are worldly people, this is Gita, nobody can deny it. This is the Karma Yoga. Means living in this world, doing your karma and following the law of equanimity. That is, so neither we should get hurt when we are facing ignominy, or shouldn't get egoistic when somebody is praising it. Neither heat nor cold. One who is stable of mind under these circumstances, different, like heat and cold, honor and ignominy, loss or gain, life or death, stability of mind. That is Lord Krishna, law of equanimity. This is for the worldly people. Now here, why the confusion is happening, why we are being misled, why it's happening, the cause of our miseries, we are never able to reach. Introspect yourself. Ask first, on the basis of this, are you able to open your Shushmana? And are you able to take your pranas first? Have you been able to stop the chattering of your mind? If somebody is guiding you, raise your energy from here and here, then you raise it. It's not like the play video game of the children. And you are driving your car from your Muladhara, now you raise here, now you go to the subtle body, now you go to the seventh body, now you go to the eighth range. So this is all sheer stupidity. In the true words, if we say like this. So instead of wasting your time, Kundalini awakening, these chakras awakening, going through the yoga, you cannot directly jump over to these things. Kundalini awakening. First, here, opening of the Shushmana, taking your prana to death. Before that, you have to stop your chattering of the mind, and the chattering of mind is, thought process is governed by the pranas. And in yoga, we master the pranas. See, the chattering automatically stops. Then Shushmana is opened with years and years and years of meditations. Not like jumping like monkeys and we are just self hypnotizing ourselves. So, this was my message, especially opening the Sushmana and Prana. What this mana is, thought process, chattering. You simply sit for like this, leaving your house, leaving your family. Your Karma Yoga is also spoiled. So, Bhagavad Gita is the best kind of direction, to how to act in this world. Law of equanimity. If you want to come to yoga, Kundlini Awaken is the game of yogis. Alright? It's like this. Again, I tell you. To travel in a bullock cart is a different thing, and to travel in an aeroplane is a different thing. Okay, on the earth planet, like normal human beings, you can in slum area or even higher posh colonies is a different thing, but to be in the space is a different thing. So what mistake we are doing today, why we are suffering, we are not reaching anywhere except self-hypnotizing ourselves, because we are, you can say those who are worldly people, like they are traveling in a bullock cart. It's enjoying. This is called your grastashma, worldly life, karmas, good karmas, bad karmas, then law of equanimity. Okay, this is like that. But then if you make a mistake of going to yoga and putting yourself into the hazards of awakening your Kundlini, okay, so it will lead you to nothing more than lunatic asylums or at the most self-hypnosis. So here is the authentication. First, asanas in the path of, these are the games, Kundlini awakening, these pranas controlling, taking to the Sushmana, this is the game of Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. And for that, you cannot jump directly from your kindergarten to for doing your poetry. It's like something, whatever you are practicing like this, Kundlini Awakening, right? This is like learning butler English. Try to understand me now. This is something like fooling ourselves, and you are exposed then to yourself and to others too. As butlers speak in a hotel. Okay, the limited words, even if he is not educated, the words they pick up, for their survival. But if you talk them anything of Shakespeare, of grammar, or some poetry, so, they'll cut a sorry figure. So it's like this. So don't learn butler English. Go deep into it. Grammar, poets, Shakespeare, then only you can think of composing poems like William Wordsworth, Robert Browning, then poems are composed. This is spontaneous then. As some other day, England was known as a land of singing birds. So something happens, Now this is, again I tell you, to self-hypnotize ourselves, going to some places and big groups and all doing. So then hypnotizing yourself, Kundlini is awakened. This is nothing more than your self-hypnosis, and you lose the game of your Karma Yoga also. If you want to be yogi, most welcome. We are here. You can bring anybody to us. What yoga is, what khichdi is, what prana is, how to control them. We will never lead you to that. If you are not the person for that, for yoga. If you are leading, you have, married life, you have, family, if you are doing these things, it's like that. So these two slokas are telling you it's nothing unless you have opened your Sushmana and stopped the chattering of the mind. This is called Kevali Kumbhaka. Neither inhalation nor exhalation. These pranayamas are merely breathing exercises, And the culmination of all these prana is the suspension of your breath, and that automatically leads to the suspension of your thought process. And that is again linked with your seminal fluid. That's why celibacy, non-violence under all circumstances. There are reasons for that, as these are the disciplines. As to go in the space, you have to follow disciplines. If a layman, we put in the space shuttle, the moment the rocket shoots, you can well understand what will be the consequences. So like this, Bhagavad Gita, law of equanimity, and another best way is to keep sticking to your religion, and not those who try to distort the definition of, this what? Definition of celibacy, definition of anything, they are leading towards demonization, nothing more than that. So, for that, we have to first remain in solitude. I'm telling you the path of yoga. Now, these days, what's happening? The cause of our miseries, you simply want to get rid of your anxieties. Some people have symptoms of withdrawal symptom. Some people have neurosis. Again, I tell you, schizophrenia, split personality, compulsion neurosis. All these things are the cause of nothing, just because of the way you are living. If you are a yogi, then you can think of awakening your Kundlini, all these things. Otherwise, these are mere like a small child of kindergarten or second standard talks of getting married and producing children. It's not the game. First, you have to come up to adolescent period. When you perceive what ejaculation is, you come to know what marriage can be. This is why in yoga, no talks, no logical reasoning, no tricky words can take you to the salvation. Simple as that. Because preaching or teaching is limited up to this. This is called Maya, elusiveness. Because the moment you come out of the dream, dualism finishes. Dualism is one who perceives the mastermind, everyone it's all God. To whom to teach them? The first question to prove for that, nobody is perfect in this world. Except the Godheads, the true Godheads. Jesus Christ, Prophet Muhammad, Mahatma Buddha, then your Guru Gobind Singh Ji, then Baba Nanak. These are called incarnations. Even if you forget about, Lord Krishna, that is, without formless God, So, other than that, nobody is perfect in this world. One who is perfect, he sees God everywhere. Then to whom to teach? Now I'm on my way to my perfection. But when we are in that beyond dualism, then to whom to teach? Once you are awakened, if you declare you are an awakened person, you have come out of the dream. So how, once the dream is over, the characters of the dream, different characters with the good or the enlightened to whom they are imagining, they just disappear. To whom then you can teach? First, logical reasoning. This is nothing like finding fault. This is a mirror to self-introspection. I'm giving you a yardstick to check yourself. Where exactly you are, what you are doing. The question is not of the mob mentality. Could be the whole planet doing this, but you have to see yourself what exactly you are doing. With the authentication. Nobody can deny the principles of Newton. Nobody can deny the principles of Archimedes. That's why we are traveling in this space, in the aeroplanes, because we are following. If we follow like this in spiritualism, these kind of stupidities, mixing the topmost kriyas of yoga with your, because law of equanimity, karma yoga you have to do. Through your karma yoga, whatever you are doing, if you are doing it according to the rules laid out by your Godheads, your religion, you'll get the salvation. So that is it. I was telling you, every day we are sharing something, and we welcome those who want to strive for the Samadhi, opening Shushmana, stopping the chattering of the mind, without indulging these foolish discussions. Question answer again, I told you. Once you are beyond dualism, to whom you are teaching? Only you can guide. And the guidelines should be, these are from the Lord Himself. All these religious books, pious books. So how we can forget this? When it has been written to observing celibacy, non-violence, then perfecting your asanas, then only your Shambhavi is of some use. Otherwise, this deformed eyes you are doing, nothing will happen. Nothing is going to happen. So in yoga, the first thing is celibacy. Your seminal fluid. Go, every day we are sharing. Seminal fluid, your thought process and prana, they're all interlinked. So what we are trying is, we are not observing celibacy, okay? Where the brain, this chattering has not stopped, nor we are trying for that. And prana, we don't know what prana is. When prana is the governing force of our thoughts, everything, when it comes under a yogi, it's a statement of Swami Vivekananda, the first-rate yogi. Okay, he doesn't need any scriptures, any speeches, any interaction with the language. Whatever he thinks, it happens, and that is God Himself. And now what we can do at the most, the spiritual leaders, if they are yogi, they should lead towards yoga. If you are a preacher with your, intelligent words like this, give the truth to the scientists. As science is precise, spiritualism is more precise than that. Evasive replies no. First you have to declare yourself what you are. Are you a surgeon? Are you a quack? Are you a BMS? Okay. So this was a solar-powered human's message. Follow the right path. Don't try to mix up, so many things, and it will become a mesh. Rather than reaching anywhere, ultimately, till your death, then you will find. So there was some interruption. If you are not following the disciplines, and the person who is leading you, be very careful now here. The person who is leading you, the path he is showing you, what kind of, if you go to a medical specialist, okay, and he's trying to operate you, your heart surgery, what can be the consequences? Try to understand this thing. The person, you have to question him what exactly he is, what disciplines he is following. Okay. Only the Babas who in the caves, Naga Babas, those, they can tell you what renunciation is, what solitude is, and like this, If you are a yogi, you have to see yogi means celibate. Then no, with mere words you cannot change the definition of what celibacy is, what Kundlini awakening is, what Shushmana is. So there are so many tests of it. So you have to follow the right path first. Throughout your life, if you are sitting for some months, leaving your house, your parents, it's nothing. You won't get anything. Still I assure you, Mahayogi Vinodanand, from solar powered humans, lineage Devraha Baba, as all of you are familiar, ageless Baba. Then the master who is teaching you Kundlini awakening, Shambhavi, and number of things, ask him whether he is a Khejri practitioner. Is he observing celibacy? no question of talks, because when the chattering of the mind stops, when you are beyond dualism, so so like this, first in Hindi we call it, before you choose a path, you must know where it's leading. Oh, so it was all for the day. May God bless us first to come out of the ignorance. This is the ignorance. We are going more towards the dreamy world, trapping ourselves more in this dream if we are not following the right path, opening the Shushmana, stopping the chattering of mind, suspension of breath, then start your meditation. If you have not reached that stage, ask the person who is teaching you. So it was no fault finding. It was it's our way of life, solar powered humans. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.